Happy Wednesday. It's so good to see you here. Welcome to our mini workshop session. This might be a little bit different. If you have been joining us the past couple of weeks, we have had another guest with us. Could be a founder, an executive, someone that I think you should meet and copy their homework because they're probably experts at what they do. But today's session is a little bit different. We are going to sink in, go deep on one specific topic. And that topic is something that I think is really timely, given that it is the end of January. We've had one full month, 4 weeks to dive into 2023 to this new year, and that is burnout. Something that you might already be experiencing as the overwhelm and endless to-do list hit you at the start of the new year. So I wanted to say a big hi to Danny and Jeff and Kelly and Elena and Sam. If you haven't already said hi in the chat, what are you waiting for? We're a very friendly bunch here. Come on in. The water's fine. Say hi. Let us know where you're coming in from. I'll go first. It'll take the pressure off you. I'm Kim. I'm coming in from Austin, Texas. I got some tea in my cup and I am ready to dive into this mini workshop with you. I'm really excited because as we dive into this topic, if you have questions, if you're like, this doesn't make sense, if you have something that you do that works really well, don't keep it to yourself. That's not very nice. Share it with the group. Share it with the class. Let everybody know so we can learn from you as well. This is not a one-way street. Sharing is caring. If you got something to share, we want to hear it. So let's dive on in to this mini workshop. I love a good agenda, and I'm sure you do too. We can already check the first one off. That's meet me. Boom. We've done that. Check. We're going to go over what burnout is, how you know if you're experiencing it. We're going to go over questions that you should absolutely be asking yourself when it comes to burnout. I'm going to let you in on some to-do list secrets that really help me. I want to make sure that you're able to copy my homework. I'll show you exactly what I do in hopes that maybe you can apply it into your own life. And then the most important thing that I have learned in my 37 years on this planet is how to delegate. Wow, have I had some epic mess ups when it comes to delegating and getting other people to help me out. I'm going to let you skip all of the terrible, terrible mistakes I made. And instead, I will just give you the answers. That's why I love copying homework. It's like, I'm just going to give them to you, and then you can run far, far away. So big hi to Amal coming in from Sri Lanka. Oh, amazing. Jen joining from Chile, Syracuse. Jim, it's snowing in New Jersey this afternoon. Whew. Oh man, stay warm. And hi to Anna from London and Kelly from Pennsylvania, where it's also snowing. So no snow here, but still cold. So let's dive on in. I'm just curious. Let's temperature check from the room. How are we doing with those New Year's goals? I won't ask you what your goals were. I will simply say, how are we feeling about those goals? Are we at a 1 where it's like, oh my God, I have not really even started to accomplish those goals yet? Not great. Or are we at a 10? Hey, my goal was to do 10 push-ups a day, and here we are on January 25th, and go me, I've done 10 push-ups every single day since January 1. Like, where are you on those New Year's resolutions, if you want to call them that, goals, if you want to call them that? I just want to get a sense of where you are 1 through 10 in the feeling. So it looks like Jeff is at an 8. He's doing pretty dang good, but he is beat by Ari, who's at a 9. Jen is at an 8. We've got a lot of 8s. Don't worry, Jen, who's at a 1. There are some goals for me. I said I was going to do a vision board. I haven't even started on the vision board yet, and it's already the end of January. So if you're at a 1, I feel you on that. Or maybe you're like James and you're just kind of leading the middle of the pack. You're sometimes doing the push-ups, but you're also sometimes not doing the vision board. I get it. It's a lot of moving parts. But no matter where you are, oh, wow, Andrew is an 11. That is even better. Or Elena's really showing us all. I set monthly resolutions. Huh? Even better, forget the yearly. Let's go with monthly, or I like the 7 with potential. There's 5 more days in the month. Listen, there's potential to always do better. So I love that. I just love asking this question because I think it's good to see kind of where we are. And for those of us maybe that are below 6, I saw some of those, myself included. You might be dealing with this like creeping feeling because you're like, oh my gosh, it's the end of January. And in my case, I haven't even done my vision board. And you know, we get this overwhelm that this like burnout anxiety starts to set in. You have a lot of other things. Maybe it's work. Work hit you at 200 miles an hour to start off January, or you got a new boss, or you want to do a side hustle and you started it and you're like, oh my God, this is way more work than I thought. There's a lot that's been hitting you. And so I wanted to call to attention some things that you might be saying to yourself that may be an inkling that you're burning out. So you could be experiencing some negative self-talk. Oh, Kim, you haven't even done your vision board yet. You're such a piece of beep. We're going to beep. This is a family show, everybody. You're such a piece of beep. You could just be feeling like distant, like, oh, I just don't even want to start on this thing. I said I was going to do it, but I don't even want to try. You might be feeling exhausted despite getting rest. Like just when you think about this thing, you're just like, oh, I don't even want to start. I don't even want to do it. Or maybe you've already hit it and you're like, I've given up. I said I was going to do 10 push-ups every day. And man, I got to day 15 and I was like, you know what? Enough with these push-ups. I ain't doing these push-ups anymore. So you may have already been like, I gave up. Like I'm done. So all of these things that I have just said, those are sort of the inklings, the little spidey senses that burnout is coming. And once you hit these red flags, it means that the burnout is already here. It means that your spidey senses went from like a tingle, tingle, tingle to like, like full blown. Sound effects are free, folks. So that's just for you today. These are kind of my sort of red flag warning signs you've reached burnout, where you are feeling so overwhelmed that you're saying, oh, no worries. I'll wake up earlier. I'll wake up earlier to get that thing done. Or you know what? I'll work late tonight. I know I got a lot of stuff to do. I'll work late tonight. Oh yeah, I'll catch up over the weekend. Saturday, I'll be able to catch up on Saturday. That'll be kind of when I catch up on everything. Or you know what? This week has just been crazy, with the kids and the dog puking and my in-laws are in town and my boss is being a jerk. I'll just start again next week. If you have found yourself saying these phrases, and I have too, we've all been there. You are already in burnout. You have passed go, you've collected 500, you are on the burnout express train, passenger numero uno. That would be you. So if you find yourself saying these things, we know that you're on the train. Or as Jen mentioned, if you are feeling numb, also huge sign of burnout. Thank you, Jen, for pointing that out, because that is a big one too. If you're just feeling like, I have no feelings at all, make it stop. That is also one where you're just like, we are not going to be able to fix this. So I want to remind you that this could be happening to you, or it could be happening to others. So I know that when we did our resolution/goal workshop at the end of December, a lot of people, based on the recommendations, not only from the rest of the group, but from me and from others, were like, oh, I'm going to get an accountability partner, right? Like I'm going to get somebody else who's going to know that my goal is to do 10 push-ups every single day. And they're going to, send me a text or check in via email. I have that accountability partner. So even if you're not saying these things to yourself, you might hear your accountability partner saying, Oh, I'll just get to it next week. Oh, yeah, I didn't do the push-ups this week, but you know what? I'll make up for it on Sunday. So just a little warning sign. You might be hearing this from you, or you might be hearing this from somebody else. Or as Jeff said, I'll just write this after I catch up on Netflix. One more episode. Those automatic Netflix starts. Oh, those things are the devil. So when this happens, when you're feeling this, when you hear this, first and foremost, stop. Just stop where you are. Stop in your tracks. Just be like, I'm noticing this. I'm feeling this happening. And I'm glad that Jeff brought up Netflix. And I swear this wasn't planned, but it goes perfectly into the example I was going to give. Because my first example is stop when you hear this happening. And first and foremost, change your location. I know this sounds crazy, but go with me here. I'm going to give you an example. Physically move your body to another location. Why do I say that? I say that because our muscle memories are so strong. You know, muscle memory. We tie our shoes the same way every time. It's not like we tie our shoes a new way. No, you've been tying your shoes the same way. It's just muscle memory. You do it the same every time. We develop muscle memory in our everyday life. So as Jeff said, using that excuse of Netflix, I'll give you an example for me. Usually after dinner, I will meander over to the couch in front of the TV. And that tells my muscle memory, let's turn on the TV. Let's turn on the Netflix show that you didn't finish last night. But if my goal is to write, or my goal is to do 10 push-ups every day, or my goal is to call my mom or call my dad or call my friend or stay in touch with people after dinner, going and sitting on the couch, that's not good for me because that alerts my muscle memory of time to sit back and relax and take in my Netflix show. So that's why I say physically change your location. So if I know once I sit on that couch, my synapses are screaming Netflix, I will physically change. I will sit on the couch and I'll go, you know what? I'm sitting on this couch and I'm not going to do the push-ups if I sit here, or I'm not going to call my mom or dad, or I'm not going to write, or whatever it is that you think that your goal was. Physically changing your location. If I walk over to my garage where I've set up a little home gym, then it's like, okay, I'm in the home gym. I should probably do the 10 push-ups. Or if I physically walk into my kitchen, I may say, you know what, I'm already here. I should call my mom and dad. I said that was one of my resolutions to call them more. So physically pick yourself up and take yourself out of that location where you're having these thoughts of like, okay, maybe I won't do the push-ups. Maybe I'll just make up for it tomorrow. Or, okay, maybe I won't write tonight. Maybe I'll write on Sunday, but I'll write a lot. I'll write a lot on Sunday. So, you know, to Jen's point, you can't think your way out of burnout. Sometimes it requires a different action. So that's why my piece of advice is first and foremost, before you do anything else, change your location. Get up, move, get into a new location. Just move your body. So that's going to be the first thing. The second thing, once you have moved your body, if you're like, this still hasn't solved the problem. I'm still not, I'm not feeling like writing, or I'm not feeling like calling my parents, or I'm not feeling like, doing the push-ups. Then we're going to start asking ourselves questions. We're going to start asking ourselves questions. And I put a little onion picture in here because it's going to be like an onion. There's going to be different layers that we're just going to start asking ourselves questions. The first one being, how did I get here? If I don't feel like doing the push-ups, if I don't feel like calling my parents, if I don't feel like writing, how did I get here? How did I get to the point that I don't feel like doing any of those things that just a couple weeks ago or months ago, I was super motivated to do? So I went from super motivated to the low zone. How did I get here? So we're going to start asking ourselves questions, and we're going to start making lists based on the answers to these questions. So again, if you're feeling that burnout, if you're feeling your spidey senses go, here's what we're going to ask ourselves. So list number one, where is your time being spent? Where is your time being spent? So I want you to think about your day. Maybe you woke up, maybe you did some laundry, maybe you did 5 conference calls, maybe you dropped the kids off at school, maybe you walked the dog, maybe you made yourself lunch, maybe you took out the trash, maybe you did 15 proposals. I don't know. I don't know what your day looked like, but I need you to figure out in that average day, where is your time being spent? You can think about it like money. Where are you spending your money? Only time is money. So where are you spending your time? Once you do that, I want you to write that all down. I then want you to make a second list. And the second list is going to be your to-do list. It's going to be all the things that are rummaging around in your brain that you actually didn't have time to do. And we all have this, right? No matter how accomplished we are in a day, you're like, yeah, I did everything I was supposed to today, but I really want to reorganize the pantry. Or I did everything I was supposed to today, but I wanted to write some content for LinkedIn. So all of those things, I want you to brain dump. So not only we did what's kind of where have you been spending your time on an everyday basis, but also just a full brain dump. Everything. What I want to do for work, things I need to do around the house, all of this stuff. So I'm glad that Kelly's like, I must onion myself. I must ask these questions. Exactly. Onion yourselves, please. Hopefully you don't cry. Onions do make you cry. Rosemary, I agree. So I want you to write down all of this, and you can write it down any way you want. Maybe you want to type it on a Google Doc or in your Evernote or in your Notion or something like that. Maybe you want to get a good pen and paper. You want to write it all on a piece of paper, whatever it is, all the stuff that's been kind of lingering in your brain, in addition to all the stuff that you're doing on a daily basis, write it all down. Once you have it all written down, I want you to look at that and ask yourself, what triggered the burnout? So I want you to circle it on the list or list it. What triggered the burnout? And usually when you sit with that for a second, you'll know roughly what triggered it. So again, I'll use an example from my case. If I write everything down and I'm looking at it and I know I've been feeling burned out, I'll say, you know what? Work has just been so busy. I'm feeling burnt out because I have all these household tasks, taking out the trash. Maybe it's doing laundry. Maybe it's returning something to the post office. Maybe it's going to the grocery store. I'm feeling burnt out because I'm getting all my work stuff done, but all my personal life or my home life stuff is just, I'm starting to feel burnout because I'm not even getting to it. I'm not getting to any of these things that I know need to get done or should get done, but I don't have the time and capacity to get them done. So when we write it all out on a list, we can kind of see, okay, this is what's causing me anxiety. This is what's leading to the burnout. Or maybe it's, I know that I have 15 proposals to do for my boss. And the truth is, I can only do 10. I don't have the time and space to do that extra 5. That's what's giving me anxiety. That's why I'm working on the weekend. That's what's leading me to this burnout. So you almost need to see everything kind of out in front of you to be able to go, it's this. It's this and this and this and this. And that's painting the picture of me of what's leading to this bigger burnout. So once you do that exercise, this is what you're going to do. A day, not the same day. You're going to be like, okay, we did the exercise. Because when you're feeling burnout, you don't want to overwhelm yourself. So we congratulate ourselves on doing the exercise. Boom. And then we move on. We move on and we say, at some date in the future, in a few days, tomorrow, the next week, we're going to make a meeting with ourselves. And then here's the key part. This is where a lot of people fail. So really, if you hear one thing, hear this. Add it to your calendar. Add this meeting with yourself to your calendar. Because for most people, if it is not in their calendar, it doesn't exist. It needs to be a meeting just like you'd meet with your boss, just like you put in a to-do list item. That is a meeting with you. And that is a meeting you need to keep. Do not cancel that meeting. Ooh, you're going to want to. You're going to be like, oh, I know I set up a half hour with myself, but I really could use that time to do this extra proposal or do this extra errand or clean up the playroom or clean up the living room. Do not cancel. Do not cancel on yourself. That's like the first step in failure is one, not putting it on your calendar. And two, when you do get it on your calendar, you kind of cancel it. Treat it as if it's a meeting with somebody else. Do not cancel it, first and foremost. So once you have that meeting with yourself, okay, I set up 30 minutes on Thursday or on Friday to go over this with myself. You're going to pull up that brain dump to-do list, that big list that you already did. Pull that back up on your Notion, on your Evernote, on your piece of paper. Get that back in front of you. Once that is in front of you, the next I want you to do is I want you to put a star next to the things that only you can do. Only you can do. So, and I mean only you. Not things that you think that you do better than everybody else. You got a list of those about long. No. The things that only you can do. So things like if it's logging into your bank account to pay the mortgage or to pay the electric bill, only you can do that because you have the username and password. Your son can't do that. Your daughter can't do that. Your cousin can't do that. Your friend can't do that. You got to do that. But if it's take out the trash, go grocery shopping, that doesn't need to be you. That's not a you requirement. So you requirements are things like paying bills. Maybe it's dealing with the bank, dealing with a lawyer, dealing with your employer, maybe your boss. You can't really say like, hey, want to talk to my boss for me? No, that's going to be a you thing. So put a star next to only things that you can do on that larger to-do list. Now what you're going to do is you're going to brainstorm other human beings in your household, in your office, or in your close friend circle. You're not going to do anything with those names yet. You're just going to think about them. You're just going to put them in your brain space. You're going to go, okay, in my household, I have my husband and 2 kids. Or in my household, I have my aunt and my mom and my dad, whoever it is, whoever's in your household. You're going to do that again with your work. Maybe it's your colleague, an assistant, person that you work with closely, and then also just your close friends, humans that you talk to on the phone or that can help you out. So we're going to put their names in our brains. Now, I want you to identify the people that you can help with the items that are not starred. So all those people that we just brainstormed, which one of those people can help with the items that are not starred? So again, for example, if you find that you have 3 things that are not starred, going to the grocery store, taking out the trash, and doing 5 more proposals to your boss. Going to the grocery store, you could say, maybe your friend is also going to the grocery store. Hey, can you pick up 5 more items for me? I can't make it this week. That's an example. Maybe it's taking out the trash. There is another human being in your household, I know, that you can ask to take out the trash. Kids can take out the trash. I know we want to protect our kids and helicopter parent and not make them do anything. They can take out the trash. It is 1000% possible. Number 3, do 5 more proposals for your boss. This might be something where you say to the greater team, hey guys, I cannot get to these 5 other proposals. Need your help. Somebody's got to jump in. Tiffany, you got to jump in. I need you. We can't get these proposals done. So think about who can help you with those not starred items. When you have these people in mind, you are going to call, you are going to text, and you are going to email them using the following templates. I was not kidding when I said copy my homework. I'm literally going to give you the templates that I use to delegate and ask people for help. So as Kimberly just said, we are going to recognize what we can do. We are going to delegate it, and we are going to take empowered action. So this is exactly how you're going to take empowered action. I'm just going to give you, copy this framework right here. You're going to reach out to someone. I'll use the example of the proposals from your boss. You could say, hi, Tiffany, I'm experiencing overwhelm and burnout. I said yes to one too many things, and I'm hoping you can help me. Can you please, and then you'd insert something here, help me with these 5 proposals by jumping in and writing some of the copy for me, as an example. So this is a template that you can use, or let's go back to the taking out the trash example. I'm experiencing overwhelm and burnout. I said yes to one too many things. I'm hoping you can help me. Can you please take the trash out by Thursday, because that is trash pickup day. So this is the exact template that you can use when you're asking people for help, because I know sometimes asking people for help can be a little sticky. Here's another one you can use. Again, hi, Tiffany. I'm overwhelmed and I need help getting back to equilibrium. The good news is I've identified exactly what's overwhelming me. Would you be up for helping me? This is another good one. Why is this great? Because most of us forget that the humans that surround us on a day-to-day basis could be in your household, could be at your office, or could be in your friend circle, genuinely like you. They like you, they love you, they want to see you succeed, they want to see you be happy, they don't want to see you crying in a corner. And if you do have a friend circle, or you do have people in your household, or you do have people at work that would enjoy seeing you crying in a corner, we got to have a longer conversation, because these are not your people. We don't want that. Most people around you, they want you to be happy. They want you to feel good. And most of the time they want to help. Again, I'll speak for myself, but I think this is true for you too. Most of the time, if your friend was going, oh, gosh, I'm so overwhelmed, your response would be, oh my, how can I help? What do you need me to do? How can I help? Most people are not going, well, sucks for you. That's too bad. No, most of us are nice, caring people who say, how can I help? Oh, here, can I jump in here? We're nice, caring people. So, but here's another part where people really fail. You have to ask for help in a constructive way. Why is this important? This is important because people cannot read your mind. I wish they could. That would make all of our lives a lot easier, but they cannot read your mind. So there are some times where you say, oh, sometimes it's better just to do it myself, because when I ask for help, they never do it right. You've said this. I've said this. And 99% of the time, you know whose fault that is? It's ours. It's not the person who's helping us. The person who's helping us is doing the best they can with the information that they've been given. It's our fault because we did not communicate what we needed and how to help us appropriately. So again, this is one of my biggest lessons that I've learned in definitely 12 years of having my company and delegating to employees and vendors and clients, and also personally just dealings in life. So here's some of my top tips for that. Number one, include clear deadlines. Again, people cannot read your mind. You might know something, the 5 proposals need to be done by Friday, or you might know the trash pickup is on Tuesday, but the other person does not know. They have no idea. So it is up to you to provide clear deadlines when someone is trying to help you. I need you to take out the trash by Tuesday. I need you to help me with these proposals because they have to be done by Friday. So those clear deadlines, that's on you. You got to tell people when you need this help done by, because what that does is it gives them the opportunity. If you say, I need the trash taken out on Tuesday, and you say that and someone goes, oh, Tuesday, I would love to help, but I'm actually out of town Tuesday. See what happens. Then they know, oh, wait, I actually can't, or I can't. Oh yeah, Tuesday, no problem. I got it. I'll do it Tuesday morning on my way to the gym. So you got to give people the time frame of when you need this help by, not just I need help. It's kind of willy-nilly. I need help. When do you need the help by? Give people those clear deadlines. Number 2, detailed instructions. Detailed instructions. We need to know, if possible, how you need something done. Because again, that's our fault. That is your fault if you're communicating and you do not give somebody detailed instructions on how to help you. They want to help. They don't know how. And then last but not least, you have got to give them the best way to reach you and any constraints that come along with that. I cannot tell you how many times that I have gotten messages from people going, yeah, call me anytime. I'm around all day. Then you call and they don't answer. And you're going, well, I thought you were around all day. And they go, they call you back a half hour later. Sorry, I wasn't around. Yeah, I have school pickup. You know about that school pickup. That school pickup is the same Monday through Friday that has been the whole year. You know, from 3:30 to 3:45, you are at school pickup. You are not going to answer that phone. So when you tell people, yeah, call me, you have to think, what else do I have going on that I may or may not be able to answer? That's what's going to be really, really important. So let's go over a little bit how we can do these things. So again, clear deadlines. Can you give me 15 slides by Tuesday at 10 a.m.? It's very clear. Not just, hey, can you help me with the slides? Hey, I don't have time to get to all the slides. Can you help me with the slides? Be very specific with clear deadlines of what you need. Detail instructions. If this is somebody in your household, hey, thanks for helping me take out the trash. You're actually going to need to take both the trash and the recycling. You're going to have to take it to the far curb where the neighbor's driveway is, because you know what? They have some construction. And I got an email last week telling us we had to put all of our trash there. Nobody can read your mind. Nobody knows where the trash goes. So you got to tell people where the trash goes. You got to be explicit with detailed instructions. And then last but not least, best way to reach you. If you have any questions, text me. I'm around all day except from 1 to 2 when I'll be driving. So again, you've already thought about when are the times in my day that I can't answer the phone or text or email or whatever it is. I'm driving, I have school pickup. No one can read your mind. No one can read your mind, so nobody knows what's going on in your big brain. You got to let people know what's going on in your big brain, okay? Because they cannot. I wish they could. So again, I want to show you what this looks like compiled all together. And again, feel free to copy this. I will also say there'll be a replay of this. So don't worry if you miss anything. There's a replay, and we'll also do a recap, but you can copy this exact thing. So again, let's put everything we used together. So if I was asking somebody for help, if I was asking a colleague, if I was asking a coworker, if I was asking one of my friends, if I was asking somebody in my household, this is the exact template that I would use. So first of all, I would say, hey, Timmy, thanks for agreeing to help. Appreciate it. I need whatever it is you need done. I need the trash taken out by Thursday at noon. So again, we're giving very clear, detailed instructions of those deadlines. I usually do this by first, and again, using this example, taking the recycling and the trash and taking it out to the curb. But listen, I'll take any help I can get if you want to do it another way. Again, because sometimes people don't do things the exact same way that you do, and that's okay. You know why? Done is better than perfect. I'm going to say it again for the people in the back. Done is better than perfect. You might say, oh, but they don't clean the kitchen exactly like I clean the kitchen. Is the kitchen clean? Then that is fine. It might not be exactly how you did it, but it is fine. Is the proposal done? Okay, I know you don't like some of the graphics, but is the proposal done? Yes, it is. So people might not do things the exact way you do it, but it is done. And beggars can't be choosers when we are asking for help. And then last but not least, ways to contact you. Text me on my cell. Give them the cell phone number for you again in one place where the instructions are. If you need me, I'm around all day today and tomorrow, but I leave the following day for a work trip. So again, you're letting them know, here's when I'm around for questions. Thanks for helping me. So again, you can absolutely steal this exact template. I find this so incredibly helpful. It's something that I use all the time in my personal life, in my work life. I use it on colleagues. I use it on clients. I use it on vendors. As Ari said, done is better than perfect. I cannot yell this from the rooftops loud enough. I think a lot of what leads to overwhelm is the fact that we think that we're special snowflakes and the only person that can do it is us, and the only person that knows how to do it the right way is us, and we're the best and we know how to do it the best way. I'm guilty of that, and I know you are too. So we really have to learn to let go of that and say done is better than perfect. Is the trash taken out exactly how I'd want it to be? Maybe not. Is the proposal done with the exact graphics I would have used? Maybe not. But is it done? Is it done? And is it not me staying up till 2 a.m.? And is it not me feeling overwhelmed, crying in the corner? And is it not me working on this on a Sunday? So again, and I love Jeff's point here with the detailed instructions because these hit so close for me. I gotta use these in my own life a little bit more. Okay. Really just saying you have to find a way to communicate in a way that people understand how to help you. Because if they don't know how to help you, they might be ready to help. And by the way, I've had the reverse happen to me. I've had friends who I can see are losing their beep. They're losing it. I can see it. I'm their friend. And I'm like, oof, girl, you are losing your beep. And then I say, like, how can I help? Like, you really look like you're losing it over there. And they're just like, ugh. It kind of reminds you of a person that is literally drowning in the ocean and they're just like flapping their hands. And you're there going, like, how do I help you? And they're just flailing to the point where they can't even say, hey, can you throw me a flotation device? They can't even say, hey, can you throw me a line? They're just flailing so hard. So sometimes it's worth it to stop. And again, that's why we do those brain dumps with those big lists, starring things, really going through the process and then saying, okay, let me take a deep breath and actually utilize the help. And this is how you can help me. Because people want to help you, but they just have absolutely no idea how to do it. If this type of content is helpful to you, is something that you're like, yes, Kim, the burnout stuff is real for me. And you might know, I'm probably going to experience this down the line. This is probably going to be something, if it hasn't hit me in January, February, March, I'm going to feel it coming. I'm going to feel it coming on when I keep trying to do these goals and resolutions. The burnout is real. I have a LinkedIn course that covers this. It is super quick. It is, again, a lot of templates and a lot of step-by-step on how to deal with burnout. You can find that by searching LinkedIn Learning for Kim Kalp. It is free. And as you know, my favorite thing in life is free 99. I actually have a saying that I'm living by in 2023. Feel free to use it. And that is, if it's free, it's for me. Someone's handing out free pizza, that's for me because it's free. So feel free to take that and use it. So you can use that course for free, my favorite price. You can check that out. Let me know what you think. If any of these tips are helpful for you, I would love to know what you think. Or maybe once you try them, you find something even better that you're like, hey, Kim, did you think of this? Person in the room, that's why you're here. So if you have something that works even better, tell me. Don't keep it to yourself. That's not nice. Sharing is caring. I want to know if you found something that works even better. If this content is helpful to you, if mini workshops like this are helpful, if you find them engaging, I would love to keep providing them to you. That would be really great. You can continue to get them in one of two ways. Number one, you can click the follow button on my profile. It's the blue button. It looks like this. Put a big red arrow toward it. Or there's an alarm bell. I don't know why it's not in that red circle. I think I accidentally deleted it. But there's a little alarm bell icon if you go on LinkedIn. I always put this up because it never fails. I will post a mini workshop like this or whatever, and someone will say, I didn't see it. I wasn't told about it. And then I will look and I'm like, what, how, I, I can't control the LinkedIn algorithm. I wish I could, but I can't. So these are the only two ways that I know that will have a higher percentage chance of you seeing these mini workshops and this content. If there's another way that you've heard of, let me know. I haven't found it yet. But again, we try to do these mini workshops, if not once a month, definitely once a quarter. We focus on one topic. If you have an idea for a mini workshop that you would like to see, send me a message on LinkedIn or Instagram or anywhere else and say, hey, I'd love a mini workshop on resumes. I'd love a mini workshop on negotiating. I'd love a mini workshop on asking for a raise. Whatever it is, let me know what you'd like a mini workshop on, because we get a lot of this feedback from you. That's how we got to burnout, because people were like, these New Year's resolutions are making me crazy. So I get it. That's why we're doing a burnout course. So next week, I would love to see you back here if this was helpful for you. So we will be right here next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern talking with Maya Grossman. So if you have not already, I would love to see you sign up to join us for a lovely coffee date and learn a lot of good stuff from Maya. So if you find that helpful, you can go to getcoffeewithkim.com, sign up. It'll be added to your calendar, and it'll just be a really fun time. So thank you so much for joining this mini workshop. I hope that it was helpful for you. If you think it would be helpful for somebody else, I know a lot of us have accountability partners or people that, again, we're doing the push-ups with, or we're setting our goals with. Send this to them. This is something that everyone, I think, should watch. Burnout is so real for so many of us. So if you think that somebody else, your accountability partner, would find this helpful, somebody in your household, somebody in your office, this is totally something that is shareable. It's on replay. They can watch it anytime. Same with my LinkedIn Learning course. That is totally free as well for them to watch. So thank you so much for joining. Big thanks to Nick and Jeff and Rosemarie and Andrew. It has been so good to see you this week. And I hope you have a wonderful, safe weekend. And I will see you next Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. Same time, same place. Thanks, guys.